have never seen him on Netflix, but I've seen him on Grindr. Give it up for Mikey Montemayor.
Thank you, Torrance. What an inappropriate way to introduce someone. Do we have anyone here who's on a date tonight? Is it date night? Everyone's just single and alone here? You two aren't on a date? No? Oh, dear friends. I mean, dear gay friends? Half and half. Okay, I assume the one drinking the martini is gay, and the one, I mean, that's an even gayer cup of tea, though. I mean, we really don't know. When I first moved to LA, I had low self-esteem, so I dated a lot of real winners. And one of my favorite worst dates I ever went on was I once dated a man who had an extra set of teeth behind his front row of teeth. Yeah, kind of like a shark, except it was more terrifying because he wasn't in the ocean. No, he was sitting across from me at a Chipotle, and I tried not to judge, even though the only thought going through my brain was how it looked like God put his teeth into a bag and shook it. And here I was, being nice and patient with him, and 30 minutes through the date, you know what he asked me to do? Drugs. Yeah, right in the parking lot behind a Rite Aid next to the Chipotle, so that's the first time I ever did meth. I once dated a man who played a wizard at Harry Potter World in Universal Studios. And I was so naive. I thought the first time that I rode his broomstick, it was gonna be magical. So there I go to his apartment thinking, oh, it's gonna be so filled with whimsy. It was a studio apartment in Reseda, mattress on the floor, tube socks and dishes everywhere. Yeah, and I was stupid enough to still let him slither in and Hufflepuff my back door. I know, and that's the story about how a wizard gave me a curse that I could only get rid of with antibiotics. I love being gay, though, because only in the gay world can you go out on a date with someone only to realize halfway through that y'all have already slept with each other. Yeah, it happened to me once. It got real awkward, but then we got to talking and realized that we were also cousins. Yeah, so then it got hot again. Yeah, has anyone been watching this season of The White Lotus? Yeah. If this season has taught me anything, it's that incest not that taboo. If you're both hot white guys. Yeah, thank you. Apropos of nothing, my brother is also gay. Nothing's ever happened, though. We're both bottoms. Yeah, the one time my dad's glad, it's just like, oh, they're both down there. Not on each other, either. So my brother is also gay. So my mom's womb was like basically a Madonna concert. Yeah, my mom's womb was so flaming, she literally had to have a hysterectomy. Yeah, I know, I sashayed out of there so hard, I took half that thing with me. And then the doctor took her flaming uterus and put it in the Long Island Sound, and that's how Fire Island was born. Yeah, you didn't think you'd get a history lesson today. Oh, and my dad, he was devastated when he found out he couldn't have a third gay son. He was like, damn, we were so close to being able to do the Sanderson sisters for Halloween. I'll never forget, though, when I realized my brother was gay. The year was 2008. Two world events had just happened: the collapse of the housing market and Beyonce's release of I Am Sasha Fierce. So there we are, it's December, and my brother and I are listening to the radio in the car, and one of those year-end countdowns was on, and Single Ladies comes in at, wait for it, number 9. I know, robbed. And my brother, without missing a beat, he goes, Single Ladies should be at least top 3. And I was like, he's even gayer than I am. But I love my brother. My brother is the complete opposite of me. He's quiet, he's conservative, he's never sold pictures of his butt on the internet for money. The craziest thing my brother's ever done is have 2 glasses of Chardonnay with lunch. Meanwhile, I was once almost human trafficked off of a rich man's luxury yacht sailing down the Nile in Central Egypt. Yeah, it was kind of like that movie Taken, except instead of being taken, I went willingly because the guy had a giant dong. And my favorite part about that experience, other than surviving it, was that the guy who purchased me, he didn't speak a word of English until both of our pants came off. And then there he is, looking down at, he's got like a wine bottle down there, and he points at it and he goes, big. And then he looks over at me and he goes, small. I know, I'm like, you brought up Duolingo for that? Thank you, Rosetta Stone. But thanks to that, at least I was returned to sender. Yeah, thank you. I'll leave you with this. I have a friend who recently built a cold plunge in his front yard. I know. Fuck that guy. Because also, he's suddenly now the beacon of health, as if all of those years of huffing paint never happened. What is it with straight men that the minute they experience the mild discomfort of plunging themselves into below room temp water, suddenly they're all CEOs? Thank you so much. I'm Mikey Montemayor. You've all been great.